Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Beekeeper Tarot. My name is Alan, and I have to be a bit quiet tonight because once again my housemate is sleeping in that direction, so I'll keep quiet for him. I just wanted to say a couple of things. First of all, I'd just like to give a shout out to Denise at Denise Night Divination because I noticed that she was doing this really great spread with regards to some of her recent reads, and it really resonated with me. And so what I did is I emailed her and I asked her for permission to use it. And she said, go for it. And I've slightly changed it to suit myself. And she said, go for it. So, Denise, that was very, very, very kind of you. So, thank you very much. So, kudos, Denise, and thank you. Really appreciate it. And I think that's just a really good example of our community. You know, we are always supporting each other and looking after each other. And God knows we need to right now because there's just too much insanity going on. Yeah, so I just wanted to say that. And yeah, no, thank you, because she's been doing some readings about 45 and the Bidens and all those people, and it was a really, really good spread, but I'll get to that. Um, I just wanted to talk about Jack Smith as well. Um, I was actually going to do some Aussie stuff, but I'll just put that off for the time being. But I was just want to just talk to you a little bit about Jack Smith. So just pardon me while I'm reading, yeah? So basically, I was watching Glenn Kirshner tonight, and so Jack Smith has um, asked the judges to dismiss two of 45's criminal cases, one being in Washington, which is to overturn the 2020 election, and the other one in Atlanta, which is the appellate court, and that's with regards to the documents case. So apparently, according to Justice of the Justice Department, they have a policy. Apparently, it's not law, but they have a policy that says it's unconstitutional to prosecute a sitting president. So what's happened is that Jack Smith has asked for these two court cases to be dismissed without prejudice. And what that means is that they can be opened up potentially um, after 45 is either removed from being president or impeached, or something happens and he's no longer president, or they can be kicked off again in after his presidency finishes. But there's a catch. There's a thing called the statute of limitations, which basically says that there's a deadline for prosecution, and that says that a person needs to be prosecuted 5 years of committing that crime. So what that means then is if the statute of limitations is applicable to this, then that means that the window of opportunity it's fast closing, and it would have closed until after the Trump presidency. Again, assuming that he's going to get in, and I think he will, but we'll wait and see because the energies are changing about that. So, not great news. I guess we kind of all thought that it would happen this way, and yeah, because yeah, it's just a really sad day, you know. And I just wanted to have a look at that just to see what's going to happen with these cases and a few other things with Jack Smith. Okay, come on down, guys. Here we go. Yeah, so Jack Smith, what is going to happen with these court cases? Will 45 ever be held accountable for these? So I'm just trying to clear myself of any bias I'm feeling and just connecting with spirit. Okay, Jack Smith, what is going on with these court cases? Jack Smith. Jack Smith, Jack Smith. Right. Jack Smith with these two cases. Some swords, that's the truth of the matter. Yeah. Yep. 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 Okay. Going into it. Yeah. What's happening now? Oh, okay. Got a reversal. Got two reversals. Okay. And the way forward. All right. Yeah, okay. Yep, yep, yep. Wow, got reversals. Okay. Let's have a look. Come on up, guys. Okay, folks. So at the heart of the issue is, if you can see that that's the Ace of Swords. So that's the truth. Underneath everything, there's the truth of the cases. And this is what Jack Smith was attempting to do, to bring light and to bring the truth out. And just to, yeah, he's got all this evidence and the truth there. But what's crossing it is the Three of Swords. And I think this is just the mental anguish that I think he's feeling. And in a way, if you think about these two cases, it's almost like this has been a real stab in the heart for him, even though it's swords, it's technically about the mind. But I think this election win for 45, let's not go into if he won squarely or not, but it's just been a real kick in the guts for Jack Smith with regards to trying to bring out the truth of the case. So in the past, leading into it, we've got the wealth of knowledge and the wealth of evidence there. Just tons of evidence ready to go. But once again, the whole process has just been stalled and delayed. You know, this injunction, that injunction, you know, all the way up. There's just been all these delays. So he hasn't been able to present this evidence yet due to all the, like I said, all the delays in the judicial system. So what's happening right now? I got the two reversals right. So I got the Two of Pentacles reversed, and I got the Four of Cups reversed. And the feeling that I'm getting, if I look at these two cards collectively, is literally that his world has just been turned upside down. That's what's happening with him now and what he's thinking. I think he's probably feeling quite depressed. And the message going forward is that it's a hard message, you know. I think he's just wanting to move ahead now and go on to other things. He's feeling the need that he needs to finalize this. But I think obviously he'd be quite upset, as we all are probably feeling, because literally he was juggling these two cases, and literally everything's been turned up on its head with because of the election results where 45 won, and there is like an imbalance there. But literally the juggling, it's just yeah, and so I think he's decided with that. Um, it's almost like, okay, I've got to let go of these cases now. Everything is changed. Everything is upside down. I've got to let go of these two cases, and I've just got to deal with it. And I've got to move on to other things rather than sit there and wallow in it. I think he's just thinking, well, okay, it's done. Um, into the future, guys, there's going to be some kind of announcement that the cases go, if it ever gets brought up again, that the cases go too far into the past, into the history. And that's that statute of limitations I was talking about, that there will be an announcement, like I said, if it comes to that again. And unfortunately, they're done. So they are done. And I think underneath it, here's Jack with his final reports and the submissions he's given to get these two cases submitted. And obviously, I think this is very emotional for him, and it's emotional for all of us, really. So that's what I'm getting, guys. I hope that I'm wrong, but my feeling is that it's too late for these cases now because of what's gone on. So I mean, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. All right, I don't want to leave you there, guys. There's one more thing I want to do. 2 seconds. So what I wanted to ask now, folks, because I really don't like the idea of leaving everybody with bad news. I just want to touch in with spirit. Like, how do we deal with this? Where do we go from here, or what's the take home lesson? Like, how do we move on from this? Because I don't want this to end on a negative way. Yeah, so let's just have a look at assuming that this reading is correct. Now, what do we do to protect ourselves to move forward? How do we deal with this according to spirit? All right, come on down, guys. So, how, as a collective, and this is in particular for my friends in the States. So, what's the message, Spirit? How do we process this? What do you want us to know? How? See, I can't even shuffle now. How do we process this, Spirit? How do we process this? How do we process this? How do we? Or souls just feel like maybe we should just get some rest. How do we process this? How do we process this? Okay. Star. Yup. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. All right, coming up, guys. I forgot to say before YouTube, entertainment only, yeah? Entertainment only YouTube. I am but a humble tarot reader from Sydney. Okay, so how do we process this? It's interesting. The two major arcanas I pulled up are the star and the moon, so celestial cards. I didn't get the sun, but I'm not surprised with that. Okay, folks, how do we deal with this? The star. So, what this is saying to us is that, as horrible as this feels, all is not lost. And we need to not lose our hope. Don't become a victim to the constant news cycle. And once again, folks, I think that it's just really important that we read the news, don't have it on all the time, just take it in small sound bites, but just keep hope, just maintain that hope and maintain that vision. Like, don't let this crap defeat you. Like, even if you want to, because I'm a real night person, I love walking outside at nighttime. Even if it's safe for where you live, go outside at nighttime and have a look at the stars and get a bit of a sense of the universe. And maybe this is spirit saying to us that he knows, he or she knows what we're going through. But just don't lose hope, guys, because unfortunately we're going to get crap news. We're going to get shite news sometimes. And you know what? It's okay to think, okay, meh. The Four of Cups, interesting because what I did when I was pausing as I put all the cards to upright, and this came out again. So it's like, I think we just need to have to accept that there's times we're just going to get stuff that we're not interested in hearing. Um, meh. Lovers, this is saying to us to not to go through this alone, but to have our friends with us and hook into the community with us, hook into each other. Um, just form those alliances with people like whatever you do not go through this alone. Do not go through this alone. It's too big. Just hang in there with your friends and people that you love and find like-minded people and to know that eventually there will be some justice. The justice system in America, it may be quite, how can I say this, dysfunctional right now, but I think in time it will change with this Queen of Swords. I think there will be justice and maybe not necessarily for Trump, but there will be some justice coming down the line. And I think really the take home message about this is we need to really look at the justice system in the States and just see how it allowed 45 to get away with everything that he has. Um, and the moon. So this is where we're at right now. We're in this darkened energy where we don't have full exposure to the light. But I was actually reading about the moon card the other day, and with this crustacean here, this represents the real primal, the murkiness, even more so than the dog and the wolf. But if you look at the moon card, see there's a pathway, and there's a pathway that goes past the dog and the wolf. And when you see the towers in the tarot card, in the tarot, that can represent like an opening or a portal or some kind of enlightenment. Like you're going through those gates. And if you go past those gates, you go into the mountain area. And I do think that this period is going to be really challenging for us as a community because we're all in this together, right? But we're in this together. And I do think that once we leave this and we go through, we're going to hit the mountains. And it's going to be, there's going to be challenges because mountains in tarot, they are about challenges, and overcoming those challenges. But the thing with the moon card is it's a lunar eclipse, right? So the moonlight, it's not nighttime forever. And even though in tarot it's hard to say with timing and everything else, but I'm just saying that just be aware that this dark period of time, it's not going to be forever. It's not going to be forever. With the Queen of Wands, this is my old Kamala Harris to add insult to injury. But tune into with this black cat, tune into your intuition in a way, maybe be a bit fiery, a bit passionate about stuff if there's protests going on, peaceful protests going on, or whatever you can do to encourage at least these issues to be looked at. Go for it as long as it's safe. Um, but just know that in the midst of all this crap, as a community, we still have our power, right? That has not changed. We still have the power that we've always had. And to keep solid in that, like no matter what is going on, no matter what injustice that we might see, that power is still there within us and within spirit, as we are a collective entity and a collective force of nature, and we are. So that's my take on that. Um, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that I'm wrong, but don't focus on the shite that's going on right now. Just focus on the hope and don't lose hope for yourself and for your friends around you, the people that you love. Now look out for them and just maintain that hope. And often it seems so often that 45 just take up all the news cycle, and unfortunately it's going to be like that for the next couple of years. But that's why I'm saying before, and I know other readers have said it too, like don't spend all your time with the news. Like just have a break, go for those walks, do something fun, like just have a period of time where you can just switch off from all the stuff, listen to some music, go out, have a few, whatever your vice is, if you want to have a few glasses of wine or whatever it is that you feel that you need to do, there's nothing wrong with a bit of escapism. I mean, it's when you are escaping all the time. But we all need time out sometimes. And so I think in that way, that can be the hope as well. And in those times, you are thinking about the good things, because as dark as this is, there will be good things that will be happening as well to try and so just hold on to that hope. Yeah. I'm really sorry, guys. I wish that I could have had a more positive reading, but I ought to you to be honest with what I'm getting. As I said, I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong, and that's okay. But I'm always going to be honest and tell you what I'm thinking and what I'm getting. Denise, thank you so much once again for letting me use your tarot spread. Um, I promise next time I'll use it on something a bit more fun. But it's a great spread, and I really appreciate it, and I appreciate your support, as I do appreciate everybody in this community. So let's all hold in together, guys, and just manage this however we can in our own way. And you take care, guys, and I'll be back soon. Okay, good night.